All right, and in fact, let's go to our senior anchor here at the SABC, Melane. He is where the African National Congress is launching its 2026 Local Government Elections Manifesto in Diepsloot here in Johannesburg. The ANC expected to set out its priorities ahead of the November polls. The ANC President, as I indicated, Cyril Ramaphosa, will be outlining the party's plans to address service delivery, local government accountability and the challenges that are facing municipalities. Let's go live to Tulas now. Tulas Sizwe, good morning to you once again. I see that the party faithful, have already started arriving in Diepsloot. I was speaking to Professor Kwandiwe Gondlo from the Wits School of Governance about the setting of where the ANC is taking its promises to. Not a pretty sight. We know the area of Diepsloot. If you want to talk about lack of service delivery, you're staring at it in the face where you are.
Yeah, absolutely, Griselda. Except, of course, as I've been saying throughout the morning, the ANC was very specific in choosing a specific part of Diepsloot, being Riverside View, because they believe here is where they can showcase what they've been able to do. Remember, the key phrase for the ANC is social transformation. It's not just about service delivery for them, it is about transforming what was into something completely new. So if you take in the history of Diepsloot, an area first settled around 1994, 1995, by people who had been evicted from other areas, Alexandra Township, Honeydew and areas like that, and living in conditions of squalor, in informal settlements, little development. Then you juxtapose that with an area like Riverside View, where the ANC tells us that its government has delivered 10,000 housing opportunities. And the mixture there is low-cost rental stock. It's also first housing finance, as well as RDP houses. So they showcase this as this is what's possible. Never mind which sphere of government has delivered it, but they are here to drive the message that says this is what is possible. But you are absolutely spot on. Many parts of Diepsloot do not look and feel like a Riverside View. I suppose the ANC says what they want to do is to showcase. I want to show you, though, in terms of the scene, what's happening at the moment. We are inside one of the two large marquees that have been set up for people to sit because it is a bit of a hot day in Johannesburg, Griselda. And so the ANC is setting up some chairs directly in front of the stage, but realizing that people will need to be shielded from the elements and therefore providing these two marquees. Filling up nicely at this particular point, largely with people who are from the ANC Women's League. I see a really strong contingent of people from the ANC Women's League. In terms of the battlefield, it is absolutely going to be a battlefield for the ANC in the city of Johannesburg. The prize, 270 votes in council, 136 clinches victory. The ANC does not have that at the moment, but they'll be hoping that they'll be able to translate attendance at gatherings like these into votes. From here, they've moved to the phase where they were doing a lot of door-to-door campaigns. Remember when they were doing their analysis, Griselda, at the National General Council, the analysis of the ANC was that in the last election, 2024, their door-to-door campaign just simply did not take off the ground in the way that it should have. So that's one of the things you can expect the ANC president to talk to, what they will do differently this time around in terms of how they are campaigning. And goodness, do they need to do things differently? Because if you take like for like, local government election versus local government election, in 2021, the ANC securing something in the region of 47.5% of the vote overall, but doing not so great in as far as achieving a majority in many of the municipalities, especially in the metros. That is the equation they'll be hoping to change. We are in a bit of uncertain terrain, Griselda, before I throw to my colleagues Samgele and Tlantla. We are in a bit of an uncertain terrain as far as the face of the campaign of the ANC. Because remember, traditionally, the ANC would not announce who their mayoral candidate would be. They would say it's the ANC campaign, and this is what the ANC is promising in its manifesto, and give you a list of the councillor candidates, and from among those, select a mayoral candidate on the first sitting of council. Because of the electoral realities, they've had to tweak that a little bit. So we were expecting them yesterday to announce their mayoral candidates for the 8 metros as well as the 44 district municipalities and other key strategic towns and cities. But that didn't happen in the end. In the end, what we got was an announcement of the names of the people who are quote-unquote finalists, the pool from which the mayoral candidates will be selected. It speaks to something that changed at the 11th hour, Griselda, and I don't know if we will really get to the bottom of what it is that changed, because initially the ANC was going to announce their mayoral candidates, but something changed, certainly politically inside the ANC, with the result that we saw the announcement of potential mayoral candidates instead of out-and-out mayoral candidates. How does that bode for their campaign? For instance, in a city like Johannesburg, political parties have made it clear and have come out of the starting gates with their campaigns centering on an individual. Helen Zille for the DA, Herman Mashaba for Action SA, and others that have put their names forward to say these are the candidates that you'll be voting for. It all remains to be seen. In terms of building up, Griselda, people are starting to fill in and file in into this venue. It's a bit of a dusty venue. It's not your traditional stadium, and it's going to be a hot day, as we've been saying. So I'm going to take it over now to Samgele Masego. In fact, I want to take you to Nhlanhla Kgatlana, who is on standby with an ANC National Executive Committee member who will be speaking to the issues, some of the issues that I've raised. Nhlanhla is on standby on the other side of this venue. Nhlanhla?
Well, thank you so much, Tulas. Indeed, the ground is fertile. Political parties going all out to ensure that they convince South Africans to vote for them come the 4th of November. 73 days to D-Day, and it remains to be seen, like you already alluded to, if all these messages will resonate to South Africans. I mean, in previous years, you'd know that the ANC would be in the majority. Things have changed. Tulas, we witnessed coalition government in the past couple of years, and also in 2024, the ANC dipping below the 50% mark. But with me, I'm with the member of the NEC from the ANC. Thank you so much, Metandi. I guess one of the first questions that I would love to ask to you is that the names are out, the faces are there, even though South Africans will still have to wait. Are you confident with, what you have put forward in terms of faces yesterday, that it will entice South Africans?
Thank you very much, Nhlanhla. Yesterday was one of the defining moments for the African National Congress. We had put forward a capable leaders of the ANC in their own right, and the rigorous process of the interviews, which was led by the officials of the ANC, produced the best amongst the best. So what society saw yesterday, it was the kind of leadership that will take the program of the ANC forward and be able to deliver to the people of South Africa. As you would know, that the bulk of service delivery responsibilities and basic service delivery in the main, they lie with the municipalities. So all those people that South Africa saw yesterday, it is a different crop of people. There were young people amongst them. There were veterans, there were women, and they are professionals, because it is a caliber of a cadre that is highly educated as well. As the Secretary General said yesterday, that all these people that we present today to society, to South Africans, it is people that have different expertise from different backgrounds, and they're highly qualified. So we are confident that the team that was presented to South Africa is the best amongst the best.
You spoke about municipalities there, and these elections are about that, the closest sphere of government to people. And diagnose this line of thinking to us. In 2024, the ANC failed to get over 50%. And a lot of pundits were saying that it's linked also to failure of service delivery at grassroots level. And I guess it's a tough time for the ANC, especially drawing lessons and experience from 2024.
We are drawing experiences from 2024 elections, and I can confidently say that we are going to improve extremely in these elections of local government. I'm saying so confidently because we are an organization that is learning from its mistake, which is why we changed the processes on how we elect candidates and how we choose people to lead at the level of the municipalities, because the capacity that is needed at the level of the municipalities, it's not only a basic capacity, it is a capacity that is supposed to be complemented by the academic backgrounds and all that, and that is what we have announced yesterday. So the processes of the municipality and how we have selected the candidates this time around, it will put us at the doorstep of a win, not a collision.
Well, last one from me. I guess others are saying yesterday was a strategic move. A lot of South Africans saying that they were expecting maybe one name where the ANC will say, but in Johannesburg, we are going with that individual. But we saw names, being put forward.
The ANC would have not announced one person for a municipality before the manifesto, because all of us as public representatives of the African National Congress, we are compelled to be implementing the policies of the ANC, the program of the ANC, and the manifesto of the ANC that
All right, we do apologize for our break in transmission there with live coverage, of course. We expect to return to our colleagues Warren Diepsloot. Those are live visuals. The ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will be launching the party's manifesto, focusing much on a service delivery. Let me take you back to my colleague Samkele Maseko, who is on the other side of where my colleague Nhlanhla Kgatlana was broadcasting from. Samkele, what do you have for us on the side where you are?
Well, indeed, Griselda, the numbers of supporters of the ANC are now trickling in here in Diepsloot for the manifesto launch of the former liberation movement. I am with Thandi Muraka, who also is an ANC NEC member and Deputy Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. Ms. Muraka, just the importance of in the international community. The ANC is going to these local government elections. Most former liberation movements within the SADC region are facing electoral problems within their respective countries. What is the discussions around these former liberation movements from a diplomatic perspective with the electoral misfortune that they are facing?
I think we need to first appreciate the fact that the ANC in its formation relied on the support that we received from the brothers, sisters, the parties that are within the SADC region. You know, SWAPO, Frelimo, and other parties within SADC who have always supported the ANC during that liberation struggle. We are pleased to indicate that the ANC, going to these local government elections, will get the support it needs from its brother parties who are within SADC. SWAPO, you have seen us recently holding the former liberation summit here in Johannesburg, where they came in support for the work that the ANC is doing in South Africa, where we agreed on certain areas where we must support each other.
When you look at the ANC's fortunes electorally, looking at some of the service delivery challenges within the country, how do you see your organization faring within these upcoming local government elections?
Look, our organization has tried its level best to deliver services to our people. Yes, we might have several weaknesses here and there, but we have built houses, we have built schools, we have built roads, we have created jobs for our young people. are saying to our people, give us the chance again so that we can continue to build a better country.
What are some of the key points that are going to be inside the manifesto?
Is the whole issue of job creation and also the issue of making sure that we industrialize the economy, and how do we then build a better country, a better continent of Africa. Of course, strengthening our international relations work within SADC and the entire continent of Africa.
Thank you very much. That is Thandi Muraka, who's an ANC member. Well, the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, has just arrived and decided to blast music, but is essentially saying that their rally will start in about an hour and a half, as the ANC members and supporters are now coming in to this particular precinct where the rally is taking place. Griselda.
Samkele, thank you very much indeed. One of our colleagues that is out in Diepsloot. That's where the ANC is launching its manifesto ahead of the local government elections.